Yes. Welcome in. It's Balloon Party 101 ESPN. It's driven by Mungan St. Louis Acura, Mungan Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. Let's load up the YouTube chat. Let's load up the Air Comfort Service text line. The YouTube chat cameras, Air Alliance team, the sponsor. Get on in there. Jackson's setting it up right now, and you can watch him. He is getting ready to ball strike today, playing St. Louis Country Club, teeing off at about 1:30. If you want to watch Jackson, I think they are welcoming galleries out there today, so that's an opportunity for you. What a weekend we have here. We have Scottie Scheffler fresh out of jail, 2 birdies in his first 3 holes. We have the Cardinals hosting the Red Sox in a self-indulgent standing ovation for Tyler O'Neill, and we have the Battlehawks, and we have the Doggies in Cincinnati. Jackson, you've got the Little Piddles Friday 6-shooter. What else could the people want?
Seriously, I mean, this is we got a lot here.
EA Sports just released College Football 25. It's back. The trailer's at the top of my Twitter feed.
They released the trailer?
Yep.
I'm very much looking forward to this commercial break. I cannot wait.
My God, this looks insane.
Yeah.
I haven't played video games in about 2 decades, I think. This looks incredible. Like, it's almost tough to tell that it's not.
That's where video games are right now, man. I've played
the television feed.
I've played this.
I got to lead the Tigers to the national championship. I got a responsibility.
Yeah,
to my almost alma mater.
And they'll have the updated uniforms for the first time. I mean, people have been playing NCAA 14, which is the last game.
Can I control it and make Missouri wear gold pants?
They'll probably have throwbacks for sure. But there are people, including me up till a couple of years ago, who were playing NCAA 14, which was the last one, and just holding out hope for the day when this trailer would drop, because there's been a lot of talk about this coming back, but once the trailer drops, it is more than official, baby, and I can't wait.
3 current players on the cover. So that just shows you how things have changed.
So the cover I saw,
Edwards, Quinn Ewers, and Travis Hunter.
I saw was but there's like a bunch of people in front of them too. Like it looks like a team going out of the tunnel, and like I saw Carson Beck on there.
Those are in.
Yeah, Arizona player. I didn't see any Tigers in there, which is a shame. Luther Burden over Travis Hunter all day, every day.
Well, look at this guy. All right, Jackson, what's on this Little Piddles Friday 6-shooter?
Question 1.
Oh.
The news.
Look at the little piddling producer.
Little production value.
Oh.
Little production value. I'm stepping it up. Buttoning it up today after yesterday's debacle.
What were the 4 worst parts about yesterday's show?
Each 5 seconds that went by when I was doing the lyrics I thought were great.
The execution was poor?
Delivery was poor. I get that. And I'll look in the mirror and be better. But we got question 1 here.
Right.
This news with Scottie Scheffler that broke this morning is wild. Have you ever heard of something like this happening, and how do you think it will affect the play out there for the second major of the year?
Well, it is narrative season. We've got Scheffler's arrest, Rory's divorce, Xander's struggling, sleeping on leads, Brooks Koepka's Jenna Sims post. What else do we have out? Justin Thomas returning home.
Yeah. Will Zalatoris putting.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does have a long putter, Bill. No, I mean, I haven't heard of anything like this before. Scheffler is on the golf course, and he started on the back 9 today. He was in a Louisville jail at 7:30. Good mugshot, as far as mugshots go.
Could have been more. The orange jumpsuit still, I don't know why he got changed into a jumpsuit.
He was in the jumpsuit. That was at 7:28, and he was teeing off an hour and a half later. And then he proceeded to nearly jar his 3rd shot for eagle on the par 5 10th, bogeyed 11, which I think is like a 270-yard par 3. And then number 12, he birdied. So he is 1 under for the day, and he is tied for 7th in the tournament, 5 under. The leader, Xander Schauffele, is at 9 under. Yeah, absolutely insane story. Jeff Darlington of ESPN happened to be there when Scheffler was arrested, and so he got video of the whole thing. Are you going to the audio? Is that what you're doing? Sometimes I can notice when you're okay. Then go ahead and play the audio for the people who didn't hear this.
Guys,
dude, step back. Back up, or
I'm back.
Step back.
I'm back.
You're game 1, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Guys,
what do we do?
I'm staying back.
Here's the thing. Right now, he's going to jail.
Okay.
He's going to jail. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. Period. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you have
First,
a
I'm
question?
I'm media. I'm a
Okay.
reporter. Okay.
Okay.
So that's all.
That's fine.
I just want to make sure that's
Okay,
known.
but you need to step
No
back
problem.
over here now.
No problem. You got it.
Okay.
Okay.
There it is. Scottie Scheffler. He showed up. Marty Smith of ESPN said, Scottie, any comment? And Scottie's comment was, love you, Marty. And he went out to the range.
Yeah, it's well handled.
And he proceeded to immediately birdie 2 of the first 3 holes. Does this add to what is becoming a legend for a guy who's won 4 of the last 5, including the Players, his second Masters, if he is to go and win the PGA Championship?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I think in like 5 years, especially if Scottie's trajectory continues to fly up and he's as dominant as he has been recently and continues to be like, remember the time when Scottie was driving to Valhalla and got arrested and was in jail and then an hour and a half later was on the tee? Like, I think this will be something we definitely talk about for a long time just because it's so odd. And like, it was so surprising because it's like 6 a.m. when this news is breaking. People are waking up. They're like, okay, PGA Championship news. What, did somebody have a terrible round?
I saw Michelle Smallman retweeted it like at 6 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
And it was Scottie Scheffler detained. And I'm like, I would have assumed it was a parody account, but Michelle retweeted it, and I know she's on the air.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking, what in the hell? I mean, that guy's like the straightest straight arrow.
Yeah, man.
So then when I read the story, I'm like, what in the world? Scottie Scheffler said that he did not know that the police officer was a police officer and that they had been told to go around the traffic jam. For the background of it, for those of you who were not aware of it, a pedestrian was struck and killed by a bus outside of Valhalla Country Club today in Louisville, and there was a huge traffic jam. But the PGA players were told to go around it, and Scheffler did that. Then, per Jeff Darlington of ESPN, a police officer, the word he used, attached himself to the vehicle. Scheffler has been charged with second-degree assault, though, and that's a felony. So now, whether or not the DA actually brings that charge, I would probably short that play right now.
I would as well.
But nonetheless, what a strange first 3 hours for today's 2024 PGA Championship. All right, Jackson, what is your second question with today's Little Piddles Friday 6-shooter?
Question 2.
As the Cardinals begin what seems to be the best homestand of the year, they also seem to be fighting a battle on several fronts. On one side of the battlefield is the team's performance, trying to maximize what should be a better offense and pitching staff. On the other battlefield, they are trying to keep attendance up and up so they can continue to make money, as the third battlefield is possibly the most important, the battle with the TV deal. If you were in the Cardinals front office, are you exploring every option to try and be creative in order to take all 3 of these battles head on? Have they been fighting the good fight for a long while now?
Okay, let's go question by question. Start with question 1.
If you were in the Cardinals front office, are you exploring every and any option to try and be creative in order to take all 3 of these battles on head on?
100%. Yeah, I don't even know how the answer could be no, but you asked the question, so you must see it another way.
Well, I think we have described the Cardinal situation as kind of this hybrid, stuck in neutral, just trying to roll downhill.
So now, okay, I get it. You're talking on the field.
Yeah.
I was talking about promotions like tonight's like Friday night beer night or something they're doing.
Right, yeah.
To get people in the building.
For sure on the second
battlefield. I don't even think about baseball stuff at this moment.
Right.
Like they won 2 or 3 in Anaheim. They didn't get swept in Milwaukee. Stay of execution. I really do believe, and I don't know that I'm right, for the record, because I've been misjudging this organization's aggressiveness or lack thereof for about 5 years now. Let's say they would have lost every game on the road trip. Would somebody have lost their job?
That's the.
It didn't happen, and they won 3 of their final 4. This homestand should produce large crowds, even with the team languishing in the spot that they're in, because of who they're playing, because of what looks like a great forecast now. It's supposed to be rainy today in the St. Louis area. For those of you streaming from parts outside of the area, it is a really beautiful day. Cloudy, but it's mostly sunny, and it's expected to be that way throughout the course of the weekend and for the majority of the homestand, which features the Red Sox, Orioles, and Cubs. So including Memorial Day weekend in there, I would imagine they'll have great crowds. If they somehow lose in attendance to the Battlehawks, who are playing at 11 o'clock on Sunday, wow.
Right.
You're playing the Boston Red Sox. The game got moved up to 12:05 because the game's on Roku. But that would be eye-opening.
Yeah, I would agree. Now, I'll freestyle here a question.
Go ahead. This guy, you're a great ad-libber.
Thank you. If let's say the over-under for wins is 4.5.
4.5 out of the 9.
Yeah. Anything under would be considered bad. Anything over would be all right.
I'm going to disagree with that part, though. I mean, going 4-5 against these teams, I don't think would be bad.
Yeah, okay. 3-6, would you consider bad?
Yeah.
All right. So let's say 3-6.
Okay.
And they don't fire anybody, including Ollie Marmol. Do you think that is an indicator for the rest of the season that Ollie will be in charge? Or do you think they could still make a June, maybe even July move?
I do not think it's an indicator that he will still be in charge or that other moves won't be made.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think it's as simple as 3-6 if you're getting worked over, if you're getting no offense throughout. The rotation now is kind of in a spot where here over the last couple weeks, you've had Sonny Gray with 2 bad starts. Lance Lynn's situation might be getting into a rough one.
Yeah.
I mean,
still no
who do you feel
starter.
best about getting the ball right now? Let's see if we're on the same page.
Still Sonny.
Right. But
after that,
out of the other 4.
Gibson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's a substantial, and that's not a shot at him as a person, of course. It's just going, well, that's not really a high ceiling number 2. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, no.
So I don't know. But like I said, I've been misjudging the organization's aggressiveness or lack thereof for a number of years. So I really have a tough time handicapping them. So, the Mike Schilt firing wasn't a performance-based firing. The Mike Matheny one was, but, you'd be talking about, you're talking about Matheny, Schilt, Marmol, and another manager, 4 managers since, Matheny was let go in July of 18.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
That's kind of, you're getting into Marlins land then.
Yeah. That's a revolving door.
And then nothing in the front office changing. So,
Nope. And the team probably still not doing great. A lot of questions in so many different parts of the organization, not just the team on the field at Busch Stadium. So, yeah, that's a situation. I would think if the homestand goes poorly and Marmol still has his gig, I would think personally that it's probably going to be him for the rest of the season. But I get you have trepidation.
I don't see it that way. And by the way, it's not like I know that. I don't see it that way. Again, and I'm using 3-6 as like a definition of there's
no like absolute line of demarcation for that.
For the record, tonight you do not have Sonny Gray on the mound. You have Kyle Gibson and Brian Billow of the Red Sox. Sonny Gray is pitching on Tuesday against Corbin Burns. At least that's the scheduled starting matchup for that series. Cutter Crawford against Michaelis tomorrow, and then Sunday for the Roku game, which gets underway now at 12:15. Nick Pivetta against Matthew Liberatore. Then the Orioles come to town, Jackson. Then the Cubs come to town.
I've been caping so hard for Matthew Liberatore for like the last 2 years. I need him to start working because I need that to pay off. Because I've been, if he can just get right, just get the control, get the composure down, he'll be great. He's a nasty lefty. So far, not been great at all.
Maybe it starts turning it around, Jackson.
I hope so. Someone has to.
On Sunday on Roku.
Where everyone is watching.
Everyone will gather.
Yeah.
Bring back memories of Vin Scully on a Saturday afternoon. All right, we'll take a commercial break. It's 10:18 in St. Louis. Time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers. Jackson, tease the next question in the Little Piddles Friday 6-shooter.
Well, it's good that we were just talking about Cardinal pitching because I got a big picture question about pitching in the Cardinals organization.
All right, that's coming your way next, amongst other topics here on a big weekend in St. Louis sports. This is Balloon Party 101, ESPN. Welcome back. Balloon Party 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Jackson Burkett with you. I'm doing a radio voice.
I like it.
You really?
Yeah.
I'm trying some stuff out.
It's like a 50s radio voice, too.
Yeah, I like that.
Hi.
In studio, Richie Valens with La Bamba.
Wow.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
And how much was this net worth?
Richie Valens?
Lou Diamond Phillips.
I think he was at 7.5. Jackson, Kyle Bloom asked in the YouTube chat, what's more likely? Jackson can bench his weight or he's never benched, and now they're debating that in the YouTube chat. You weigh like $175.
Yeah, I've definitely benched before. I'm not good at it.
Right.
More likely that I can bench my body weight because I know I've benched, but that's not like a great... benching like hurts. Like there's better ways to get stronger, I feel like.
I can see Jamie Rivers just walking in right now.
Is this what we're doing now? Is this going to be like, Jackson, you're weak. You probably know you can't bench your body weight. Sick.
How about this?
Have a good weekend.
Jackson and Tim, I love y'all, and y'all are cute. That's it.
Thank you.
The 314.
Thank you. Now we're talking. And Kyle Bloom, he was hot yesterday, and now I don't like that tenor. I don't like the tenor.
Ryan Crawford says, what exactly does bench press mean? No. Be a man, work outside all day, and build houses for McBride or Builder's Block. That's from Ryan Crawford.
No.
Wow.
I'm not taking a shot at those who do, but this is my job. What do you mean?
0% chance Jackson can bench 175, but he's cute and kills it. That's from the 314.
Okay, that's probably the best I'll get.
You know this slap tear I got? If you're watching on YouTube, I'm showing you right here. Me and Flaherty. Slap tears. That was from bench pressing.
Yeah, it's like a good way to like represent how strong you are, but it's not like a great way to actually get stronger, I feel like.
I'm always trying to catch the eyes of the boys at the gym. Look at me, I can bench.
Yeah, I lift small and a lot of reps.
That's it. You're kind of on the older person workout plan.
It's safer.
It is safer. I wish I would have been doing that.
It's safer. And because in all honesty, like it's tough to... I've tried putting muscle on this frame isn't the easiest. Long arms. Oh,
long levers.
Yeah, very long levers. I got long arms, long legs. It's just not easy. And I'd rather honestly play golf or play basketball with my exercise time.
I'm just interested in Jackson lore. I can't help it. That's from Kyle Bloom in the YouTube channel.
I like that term, Jackson lore.
I like that too.
When I go to the gym, I almost exclusively play pickup basketball. That's like all I'll do.
Jackson does water aerobics at the Gatesworth.
Now, see, where in God's name would you hear that? Now, I'm not against that.
It's sent in the Air Comfort Service text inbox. I just read what's in there.
When I used to go to the JCC, I would always see the water aerobics going on, and I would think to myself, that does look pretty fun.
So you're interested in water aerobics?
Certainly.
All right. Well, then,
I get off at a time where I could probably join the weight class.
Leave that stuff off air. Jackson, what is question 3?
Question 3, Tim, is I had the sounder. Pull it together, boy. Pull it together, boy.
Question 3.
How worried should Cardinal fans be about the lack of young pitching emerging at the big league level?
Incredibly.
Let's look at some numbers, Tim.
Okay.
The month of May has not been kind to the Cardinals pitchers. Have league worst 5.94 ERA in 13 starts in May, including dud starts from every starter, including Sonny Gray. Lance Lynn, the innings eater, has only gone 5+ innings once in 9 starts, and Miles Michaelis still carries a 6+ ERA over his 9 starts. The rotation is going through it, and there is really nobody who the Cardinals feel confident in to bring up for a spot start in Matz's absence. If they cannot realize a young pitcher to make his way up to the bigs this year, what in God's name will they do in the offseason to bolster the pitching staff?
Boy, that is why. That question right there and what it speaks to is why this thing is at a peak moment of concern, because it's not just about the short term. It's about going, oh, boy. There ain't really anything doing here in the pipeline.
No.
And the guys who were supposed to excite you about the future, who is exciting you at this exact moment?
Like actually exciting?
Yes.
Nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, Mason Wynn is fine right now.
If you have to pick.
Right. He's a good fielder, and he's shown that he can hit a little bit for average, but we haven't seen sustained versions of that.
It is something else. So I oftentimes draw my comparisons with the Blues because the ire directed toward the Blues is certainly lesser than the Cardinals. But I think one of the reasons, outside of Doug Armstrong's approach versus John Mozeliak's, is people go, okay, well, this might not happen in the near future, but at least there are some guys, when they have gotten their opportunities, they've shown why the organization is confident in them. Here, with the Cardinal conversation, that is not the case. And so, of course, these are, for the most part, all position players when we're talking about it, with the exception of, I suppose, Tank Hence as a possible solution in the relative near future, whether that be 24 or 25. But when you look at the rotation next year, you have what?
Sonny Gray.
Okay.
You have Miles Michaelis, who, again, is carrying a 6+ ERA through 9 starts. And that is it.
That's correct.
That is it. Steven Matz is coming off the books, and I guess Landon Gibson have team options.
That's correct. You're correct about it all. You've said it all. Paul Goldschmidt is thankfully up at the end of the year.
Yeah, he's coming off the books.
But you have to tend to the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tend to first base unless the Luke and Baker era is about to begin.
Or go Burleson, I guess.
Or Burleson, yeah. The third base situation has now become a question mark as opposed to a blue chip stock.
Yes, it has.
There are Dylan Carlson hitting 5th, but no hit things going on.
Still haven't figured out an outfield, and going on 8 years of not figuring out an outfield.
Yeah, I would say
maybe 9.
Yeah, you might be able to go back 9. Scotty Grichuk and Pham in 2015. So you got a real situation here, and that's just talking about the on the field, and then you got the off the field, which is mentioned in today's St. Louis Post-Dispatch about how the Cardinal game this coming Sunday has been moved from 1:15 to 12:05 because the game's going to be on Roku and it's be taken away from Bailey's. So you got a variety of things. If you are Bill DeWitt and his son and that front office and Ali Marmol, you got to feel like you got it coming at you from all directions. And what is something that you go, okay, well, at least we've got this. Who in the batting order you go, at least we got him coming up. For real.
Yeah, the only one is probably on the shelf for the next 8 weeks.
Right. And it was this time last year where he was, going to move to the outfield.
Corner outfield, yeah.
So, things can move real quickly.
Indeed.
I'm telling you.
I mean, there's a serious issue here.
But I actually think as far as on the field goes, and looking at it big picture, the lack of pitching on the precipice of coming to the major leagues, not even just to help, but to actually be somebody who can go, okay, this guy maybe, that's the part where you go, oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And then you start and go, okay, you got all these spots to fill, and this is a moment, and it's a very unfamiliar moment for, I would imagine, most Cardinal fans, unless you can go back to the early 90s. That's how far you got to go back for something like this. Because McGuire was a distraction in 98 and 99. In 96, they were a win away from the World Series. But as far as kind of what I think maybe a few years of below 500 seasons, we are in the early stages of this. And the thing that I think drives the fans up the wall the most is that there's really nothing being done and you're being told everything's fine. That's the part that I think irritates people even more. You can understand. I mean, if you expect dominance for the NLCS every year, then you're going to be left disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you do want a plan.
Right. Or some vision, like what is coming.
And by kind of trying to hold on in this hybrid model, you've now left yourself exposed. At least in the case of the Blues, they were trying to extend a championship window. In the case of the Cardinals, it's just like, okay, well, let's try to get in and see what happens. And now, when you look at what's going on in the organization from a pitching standpoint, who's really close to being a major league pitcher, that's where you got real concern. Because that takes you beyond this year. Because I think most people at this point are going, okay, something weird's going to have to happen for him to get there this year. Just realistically. I think the offense can turn around.
Sure.
I don't know how likely it is anymore, but I think it can turn around. But again, just like we said at the start of the season, what is the ceiling for the pitching staff? The ceiling is pretty damn low for a team that you would be considering a contender for their division.
Right.
Once you get past Sonny Gray. The floor is low, but it's not crazy low. But again, the ceiling's not. The offense, you would have thought, okay, that's at least the thing that you can kind of count on. And when that goes well below what your projected floor would be, And then there's no solution in the rotation beyond this year. Now you've got it. Now you got it coming at you on both fronts. Bring in the television uncertainty, the chaos that is the television situation when less than a week out from a game, the game time can be moved, and it's now on Roku. And they're like, well, you can watch it for free if you go to the website. I mean, how many people are going to be sitting in front of their computers to watch a team that's in last place
on a Sunday?
On a Sunday at 12:05. That's what you got. You got some. I mean, it's coming at you from everywhere. This isn't like, okay, this manager is really killing this team. Get rid of him. It turns around. This player, this contract is killing him. Once that's off the books, it'll turn around. This position player, they got to move him down in the order. They got to bench him. It'll turn around. You got issues all over the place, and I haven't seen anything like it. I don't know. Again, I go back to, I guess, the early 1990s with what this reminds me of. But even then, you didn't have some of the circumstances you have now because the television situation is apples and oranges, and the expectations of the fan base, apples and oranges. Your thoughts are welcome. 314-399-9646, Air Comfort Service text line. And, of course, the YouTube chat. Your mom's boyfriend just wrote, no one does the Saliga heating and cooling promo better than Marsh.
Probably.
Do you agree with your mom's boyfriend?
Yeah. Marsh, like, from a vocal standpoint, is light years ahead of me. Really?
What is so great about Marsh's voice?
Deeper,
I know you like his hair.
Deeper, fuller, less grating. More trained. He does actual broadcasting.
Hockey play-by-play guy.
Yeah, I kind of just come in here and mess around all day.
Right.
So, yeah, he's got a lot more talent than I do.
Hey, don't. Now it sounds like your daughter's down.
No, not at all. So, real recognize real.
Oh, game recognize game?
Yeah.
Thank you. Scottie Scheffler still 1 under as he is on the 5th hole right now, 5 under for the tournament 3 hours ago in jail in Louisville. There is your update from the PGA Championship. Tiger Woods will be out there this afternoon. Xander Schauffele still your leader. I could give you 100 guesses, and I don't think you could guess who's in second place. The answer, of course, is Mark Hubbard, who is...
Is that Homeless Hubs?
Homeless Hubs is his Twitter handle, and he is 2 under for the day, 8 under for the tournament, and he is 1 back of Xander Schauffele. There is your PGA Championship. If you're interested in the action, I'm taking Colin Morikawa to win this thing now. I've got money on Scottie Scheffler. I'm diversifying my portfolio.
Scheffler, what's Scheffler for the tournament? I know he's 1 under for today. What's he for the tournament? I could look this up.
5 under.
Okay, all right. So 4 back of the lead?
That's right.
He's very much in it, man.
No, you better believe it, brother.
I wonder what X is going to come out and do. X-Man.
Over under 67.5 for his score today. You went under. You went under in TMA. What are you going to go over on 101? Like one of those
is that a hedge?
outlines?
That's right, where you give
Call now. I've got my 5-star pick of the year for Monday Night Football. Half the country gets the Jets. Half the country gets the 49ers.
And then next week, take that half that you took, then half that. And by the end of it, you've made a ton of money off of these saps.
That's right. There you go. That explains the business model. All right, this is Balloon Party 101 ESPN. James Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, my insurance agent, and I would like for him to become your insurance agent. If you do make the switch, they do all the paperwork for you. You will be incredibly pleased with making that switch, as 367 people on Google have left a 5-star review for James Carlton. That speaks to the caliber of customer service you get. Here's the deal. If your insurance has gone up over the last year, many people's have, well, why not give James a call and see if he and his staff can save you money? There's a good chance that they can. And if you have a young person, 25 or older, who is driving and on your insurance policy, that's where James has saved the most money for our audiences. So give that a run as well with James Carlton. The number is 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net. It's James Carlton in Webster Groves. Carlton Insurance. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
This is Action Jackson with a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Cardinals were off yesterday, but they start their 9-game homestand tonight as they take on the Boston Red Sox here in St. Louis. You can catch that game first pitch, 6:40. Not positive on that, but I'm going to roll with it. And last night in the NBA, the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets 115 to 70. That series is now tied 3-3 as they head back to Denver for Game 7. That was another SportsCenter update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Welcome back, Balloon Party 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Jackson Burkett. It's a program presented to you by McKernan, St. Louis Acura, and McKernan Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. Miss it, podcast it. Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's podcast. Or to subscribe to the TMA podcast feed. We have our own app, Jackson, TMA STL.
Sure do.
Friday, July 26th, 20th anniversary. I mean, will we do this show from Busch Stadium, or will it not be able to hold the audience?
Probably have to go dome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
For better lighting?
Better lighting, pyrotechnics, and get more asses in the seats.
All right.
They still got the purple seats, or are they red?
I'll check on that this weekend, 11 o'clock kick.
Yeah, well, either way, they were the wrong color. That's what the seats at the dome were.
That's right. That's right. I'm just going to go put out a time and not know the time of the game. That's from Droid Effects, who was not happy with that Sports Center update.
You know, I was in between because I was going to say.
I noticed you said, I'm just going to go with it. Was that with Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler?
Brooklyn Decker, too.
Brooklyn Decker.
Yeah.
Andy Roddick made a cameo. It was fun. It was fun.
Right.
On the plane.
Yeah, he sure did, yes.
Jennifer Aniston, Waterfall. How do you do?
I like Jennifer Aniston. Mm-hmm. I remember really liking that movie as a kid, so shout out to those folk. I went with it, and it was wrong. They play at 7:15 tonight, and I was going to
issue an apology.
I'm sorry. If you're out there right now and you heard me say that the Cardinal game starts at 6:40 p.m. tonight, and you have now moved your schedule around and changed your plans for this evening based on my information, the information was false, and I couldn't be more sorry if I tried. That is on me and me alone. Nobody coaxed me into doing that. I acted alone, and I apologize to the families and especially the children of those affected.
That was pretty good. I like that. Now I'm going to go on my burner with a dog avatar and attack you, but
that's fair. That's penance. They play at 7:15. I was going to also say the starter, and I was pretty sure it was Kyle Gibson, but I wasn't positive, so I just said nothing.
This guy likes chick flicks and hates dogs. It's from the 314. How do you not know the start time, Jackson? You're so unorganized. That's from the 314.
They change it every damn day. 6:40 one day, 7:15, 8:07. I don't know. You know what time it starts.
He was wrong on a time last week, too. I let it go then, but now it's been too much.
Oh, you let it go.
I'd give a prize to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you let it go.
What a douche of an apology. That's from the 314.
That sounds about right. It's been a really strong 2 days for me on text lines and YouTube chats.
I think it all goes back to that many men thing.
You got to shoot the score, Tim. You're not always going to hit.
Pucks on net. Now that happened, you gave that stave.
Well, it wasn't going to. Now, I guess add another log to the fire. The stave was half.
The stave parlay.
The stave was halfway there.
Well, can I tell my bookie that, hey, it hit half, and then he'll go, okay, here, let me pay you out?
No.
I mean, how about the blue shirts wearing the white sweaters in Raleigh last night? Oh, my goodness. Hattie, let's go play in the Eastern Conference Finals and split time at the Garden with an X.
I thought they could stave. I thought we'd have a stave, but nope. Coach Gilroy Cummings couldn't.
Correct, Rod Brendamore's code name. Couldn't
get the Canes going. I was spot on my stave in Minnesota last night.
Yeah, what, a 25-0 run or something like that?
Yeah, geez, they smoked them. It wasn't even close. But I did not get the blue shirts. They're looking pretty dominant right now. I don't know what the odds are looking like for them to raise the chalice, but if it's any plus money, I feel like that's a must bet. They are filthy.
Okay, Jackson's giving out more wagering advice. I mean, I just lost the roll last night on the stave parlay, but apparently I can go back to my bookie and say, hey, half one.
What'd you say, Morikawa? Just parlay that. Just take your losses and then put it on Morikawa.
All on Morikawa to win.
And then you'll be paid, and then you won't even think about the stave.
There you go. Plus 1,200 right now if you're interested in my play. Here is the police report on Scottie Scheffler, who is out on the golf course and 1 under for his second round right now after spending part of his morning in a Louisville jail. He is 1 under through 5 for the record, 4 back of your leader, Xander Schauffele. This is because Detective Gillis is trending on the Twitter tweets.
Detective Gilroy?
No. That's the Carolina Hurricanes coach. This is Detective Gillis in Louisville. Detective Gillis was directing traffic into Gate 1 at the Valhalla Golf Course due to the road being closed in both directions from an earlier fatal collision. Listed subject was driving eastbound to gain access to the course. Subject pulled into the westbound lanes where outbound traffic was flowing and to avoid backed-up traffic. Detective Gillis was in the middle of the westbound lanes in full LMPD uniform and a high-visibility yellow reflective rain jacket. Detective Gillis stopped subject and attempted to give instructions. Subject refused to comply and accelerated forward, dragging Detective Gillis to the ground. Detective Gillis suffered pain, swelling, and abrasions to his left wrist and knee. He was transported to the hospital for further medical treatment by emergency medical personnel. Detective Gillis's uniform pants, valued at approximately $80, were damaged beyond repair.
Okay, so Scheffler would be put on that. Okay, that's new information. That right there. Because that would be different than the person who attached themselves, the cop who attached himself to Scheffler's car. That's a different deal.
He has been charged with assault, second-degree assault, criminal mischief, third-degree, reckless driving, disregarding signals from officers, directing traffic. I had an attorney, compadre of mine, listening to TMA this morning as we were discussing this news, and he said it is indeed a felony. It sounds like he was released pending application of warrant. Those charges are what the police department is requesting from the DA. The DA ultimately decides what the charges will be, if any. This is indeed a felony assault warrant application, however. So
yeah, well, based on that, that's different than what we've heard so far this morning about the entering to Valhalla, where a police officer, Detective Gillis, was dragged down by Scheffler's car. That is new information.
So there you go.
That changes things big time.
So there you go. That is the news from Louisville. Scottie Scheffler is out on the golf course. 10:47 in St. Louis. We will take a break. Final segment of Balloon Party for the week coming up. And the Little Piddles Friday six-shooter will land and land gently as Jackson will talk more about Colin Morikawa winning the PGA Championship.
Yeah, why not?
All right, fair enough. That's coming your way. This is Balloon Party 101 ESPN. Welcome back. This is Balloon Party. It's 101 ESPN. My name's Tim McKernan. That's Jackson Burkett, 1052 in St. Louis. Clarkson Jewelers time check, and you're welcome to participate in the program as we're talking it over here with the Little Piddles Friday six-shooter. Jackson, what's next on this six-shooter? This is really something else here, what you're doing. It's fun to watch you work.
Question 4.
All right, Tim, I got a question here for you.
Delay tactic.
We are at a major crossroads in terms of sports broadcasting right now. And if you aren't into change and adaptation, then you are probably in for a rough few years. Baseball will almost certainly not be on Bally's or Bailey's next year, or at least it won't be called that.
DBA Bailey's.
DBA Bailey's. The NFL will have games on multiple streamers, including Netflix. Basketball is likely to shift back to NBC for the first time in 35 years, and so much more. The wide variety of services and tech needed to watch all your favorite sports is growing by the minute. Overall, do you think the manner in which sports will be broadcasted over the next 5 to 10 years will help or hurt sports and their importance in our culture and their viability to generate revenue?
Wow. I mean, what is it with you and these incredible questions that come at 10:53?
Sometimes I forget they're there.
Okay, that's a good, concise answer. It's a great question. I cannot imagine that this is not righted in the near future. And for the purpose of defining near future, I'll say 2 years.
Okay.
Because right now, it's absurd.
Yeah.
It's absurd. How many of you, this is rhetorical, of course, because you're not here with me, but we'll all be together on July 26th.
That's right. Dome.
How many of you go, oh, I'd like to watch that game? Now, with the Cardinals, I would say normally it's on Bailey's. You got it or you don't, or you're going to go to the app and you're probably going to be asked to relog in, and then it's going to buffer for an hour, and then you give up. But taking the Cardinals out of the equation, let's say you want to watch the PGA Championship. Oh, where's the PGA Championship? Oh, it's on ESPN. Okay. But it's not on the live ESPN coverage right now. Now I got to go into the app. Good chance you're going to have to relog into the ESPN app. Jackson's down on that ESPN app.
Big time. They've really lost the fastball on that one.
If there's so many different sporting events, it becomes, God, I want to watch it, but it becomes an odyssey to watch it. And what strikes me as perhaps the greatest frustration of it all is I could hold up my phone right now. And as you acknowledge, my Twitter account is a gift depot.
That's right. That's right. A rewarding gift depot at that.
Thank you. And immediately just start talking with the people.
Yep.
And what an honor for the people it would be to talk with a broadcaster of my caliber.
Do an AMA.
Ask me anything.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to watch a sporting event from one of the biggest leagues in the U.S., it becomes an odyssey to find it. In other words, what tilts me more than anything is technology has never been more readily available and any more precise than it is in 2024, yet there's an indirect correlation to its accessibility for sports. How the hell is that possible?
Yeah.
Watch this. I didn't say how the hell. I said, how the hell? You notice that?
Well, it was well done. It was
And then people know, oh, wow, he means business. He left out the TH and just made a D.
Here's some numbers for you, Tim. Tess DeMeyer from The Athletic broke down how much it would cost you per month to watch every NFL game.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to hear this.
With all subscriptions and without a Prime membership and a YouTube TV plan, it will cost the consumer $145 a month to watch every NFL game.
$145 a month.
With a Netflix subscription, Prime, ESPN Plus, Peacock, and NFL Sunday Ticket. That's how much it would cost you without a cable subscription to watch every NFL game. $145 a month.
You know, it's kind of like when I hear about people in private school tuitions, I go, at some point, people are just going to go, I'm done. And then it forces there to be a correction. Same thing can be said for college tuitions, but yet they just continue to go. So maybe I'm off the mark on this thing. I can tell you I got a crisis at my home, though. And the crisis is my son is ordering Scooby-Doo episodes, and I thought I've blocked him out, and he's still getting through the fortress. So every 10 minutes, there's a new email with a receipt from another Scooby-Doo episode. And I don't know what the hell to do about it. So
is he at least buying them? Or
he might have to expand.
Is he just
so I can pay for my Apple bill?
Is he just renting them, or is he purchasing them outright?
He's purchasing them outright.
So at least he'll always have them.
There was this much Scooby-Doo content.
It's plentiful.
I mean, it's nonstop, and I'm like, okay, I got to go into the TV and turn it off. And he goes, I'm not doing it. I go, well, the other guys too. and it's not your mother,
Be
and it's
unlikely.
not me.
Yeah.
I'm already trying to explain the Brazzers charges. I've got my hands full here.
Yeah, that's a situation where your Twitter is a gift depot and your home is the home of all Scooby-Doo content.
Yes.
Which you own.
I mean, I'm
in
not
perpetuity.
BSing you. It's like $150 over the last week in Scooby-Doo charges.
That's brutal.
So the only good news is it's like distracting from the OnlyFans charges.
Right.
Yeah, but look at the Scooby-Doo stuff.
Right. No, it works out well.
Yeah, I mean, that's in a way, I kind of like, all right, thanks. But
Take all the heat
seriously,
off.
Stop it. All right, we got to go. BK and Ferrario are up next. For Jackson Burkett, I'm Tim McKernan. Have a wonderful weekend. This has been Balloon Party on 101 ESPN.